Hello everyone, this is Shiver Pashmina, and today we're taking the train to Somerville. This is the 1256. Check it out. And we get a double-decker this time. I love double-deckers, honestly. So, yeah. So we're gonna go in this car. Alright, we're giving a tour of the train. So, this is the top level. We're gonna find a really good seat. And we found our seat. And what's up, y'all? This is Shiver Pashmina again. So I'd like to start by telling you the routes and key stations. So the Raritan Valley line serves as a crucial spine across Union, Middlesex, Somerset, and Hunterston counties. So while it primarily operates as diesel-powered line, its ultimate goal is getting passengers to the major economic hubs. So the urban hubs, so most of the eastbound trains terminate at Newark Penn Station, the line's primary getaway, where riders flood onto the Northeast Corridor or PATH trains. Select off-peak and evening trains to utilize dual-motive locomotives to travel directly into New York Penn Station. So, one lonely weekday morning train even heads to Hoboken Terminal. Wow, that is super interesting. So, the suburban heat. So it's leaving Newark, the line hitting major commuter towns like Roselle Park, Cranford, Westfield, Cranford, Plainfield, and Dullen. So Westfield, notably, it's a textbook transit village designed around walkable growth for surrounding the station. So the Central Jersey core. It's moving west. We hit bound book Somerville and Raritan. Raritan Station serves as a major operational anchor where significant portion of daily trains terminate and reverse. Wow! In the far west, for true explorers, a handful of weekday rush hour trains continue past Raritan, transferring quietly countryside through North Branch, White House, and finally reaching scenic western terminus at High Bridge. Okay, we're moving on to a history lesson. So, how did this line become the commuter engine it is today? It's a story of evolution, financial survival, and state takeovers. So the 1830s birth. So it began with the Elizabeth and Somerville Railroad, which laid down some of the earliest tracks in New Jersey. The CNJ era. In 1848, the legendary Central Railroad of New Jersey was established.
This station stop is Westfield. When leaving the train, please watch the gap.
So the C&J absorbed these early lines and built them into a powerhouse freight and commuter corridor stretching all the way west to High Bridge and beyond by the late 19th century. So back then, commuters rode heavy steam and diesel trains states to Communipaw Terminal in Jersey City, where they boarded ferries across the Hudson to Manhattan. Woohoo!
But there was hair like constantly everywhere. Like when I was cleaning
The
the
1967 adjustment plan. So, facing steep financial declines, the railroad implemented the revolutionary Adeline Plan in 1967, and this plan rerouted trains away from the Jersey City waterfront by diverted onto Lehigh Valley line and straight into the modern Newark Penn Station. So this saved massive operational costs and Conrail to New Jersey Transit. And then the C&J eventually collapsed into bankruptcy and was absorbed by the federal government's Conrail in 1976. Finally, January 1st of 1983, so the newly founded New Jersey Transit assumed the full control of commuter rail operations, standardizing the line as the modern Raritan Valley line we know today. Next up, we're going to talk about tech, modernization, and the one-seat ride. If you ride the Raritan Valley line, you'll notice it operates a bit differently than other northern Jersey routes. Now, because the line is mostly non-electrified west of Newark, it relies on diesel power. So, in the 90s and 2000s, New Jersey Transit heavily modernized the fleet with modern push-pull coaches and massive ALP 45DP, which is dual-power locomotives. So these dual-mode engines can run on diesel fuel out in the suburbs and then seamlessly switch to pulling electricity from overhead catenary wires to safely enter the tunnels in New York City. So the exact technology enabled New Jersey Transit to introduce direct off-peak service to New York Penn Station in 2014. So while operational constraints paused the service in 2019, restoring a permanent peak hour one-seat ride remains the ultimately rallying cry for Raritan Valley commuters. Okay, so we're arriving at our next station. So then, hopefully after that we can talk about the Future Horizons and extension projects. So we just left our next station. So yeah, we're going to talk about Future Horizons and extensions. So what does the future hold? Well, back in 2007, New Jersey Transit successfully built a passing track near the White House station, which allowed bidirectional traffic and expanded service frequency out to High Bridge. But there are even bigger dreams on paper. The Central New Jersey and Raritan Valley Transit Study explored the line even further west, ranging from a 5-mile bump to Hampton to an ambitious 20-mile extension all the way to Phillipsburg in New Jersey. So, While a full extension could capture thousands of new daily riders, it faces massive hurdle section of the old track corridor were physically removed during the highway construction in 1889, and sharing tight right-of-ways with freight railroads adds immersive complexity. And for now, funding and priorities remain firmly focused on boosting capacity into New York via the Getaway program and upgrading the local stations. So now I would love to answer your questions. So, which New Jersey transit line serves towns like Westfield, Plainfield, and Highbridge? Well, the Raritan Valley line explicitly serves these communities, providing direct commuters access across central New Jersey. So, what are the official eastern and western termini of the line? Well, the official western terminus is Highbridge Station in Hunterdon County, and the core eastern terminus is Newark Penn Station. Through select trains extend to New York Penn Station or Hoboken Terminal. Whoa! So, more questions to come. Okay, this next question is a true or false. The Raritan Valley is entirely electrified. This is false because the line is non-electrified, so trains run on diesel power until they reach Newark Penn Station, where dual-mode locomotives switch over to electric power if they're continuing to New York. So, true or false? You can take a one-seat ride directly into New York Penn Station during peak rush hours. Well, this is false because while limited direct service exists during select off-peak hours and evening weekday peak rush hours, commuters must transfer at Newark Penn Station to an explicit Northeast Corridor or North Jersey Coastline train to reach Manhattan. So, what is the historical significance of the C&J's logo on this line? Well, the original Central Railroad of New Jersey has used the Statue of Liberty as its iconic logo because the trains connected to the New York Harbor ferries. Today, New Jersey Transit honors this heritage by using the Statue of Liberty icon on its Raritan Valley line signage and schedules.
What's the next train?
This station stop is
After
Cranford.
Plainfield.
So,
Leaving the train, please watch the gap.
yeah. Okay, so we're arriving at Plainfield. So I will answer another question when we
Is this the $200
leave Plainfield, hopefully.
and a bed? Bridgewater.
Okay, so we left Plainfield. So I'm gonna answer another question. Can you name a station on the line's famous for its historic architecture? Well, that's the Fanwood Station. It was built around 1874, and it's a beautifully preserved Victorian-style landmark featuring striking Queen Anne and Victorian Gothic architect style, pitched roof, and decorative gingerbread trim. Can you use the Raritan Valley line to reach Rutgers University? Well, technically, the line passes through Dolan, which is geography close to Piscataway boundaries, but it's not convenient for students. So to reach the main Rutgers University in New Brunswick campus directly,
The next station is Dunella.
travels should use the Northeast Corridor line to New Brunswick Station. So yeah. Alright, I'm back. And before we wrap up this video, I have a quick announcement. This channel just hit 150 subscribers on this channel. I am super happy about that, and I really hope you liked this video, and I liked enjoying sharing information with you about the Raritan Valley line, and I liked talking about the history, routes, some of the extension projects, and answering questions about the Raritan Valley. So if you visit New Jersey, I'd recommend taking the Raritan Valley line. And before I go, I would like to tell you that the Raritan Valley line shows how strategic improvements can enhance commuter rail service. Looking ahead, balancing practical upgrades with potential for ambitious extensions could shape the future of rail travel in Western New Jersey, opening new opportunities for communities and commuters alike. And thank you for watching this video. I hope to see you in my next video.